The next chapter in one of the oldest rivalries in the PSAC takes place tonight. The IUP Crimson Hawks battle Slippery Rock next on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network.
Take one chance for three. Good! Oh, no, not on blue by Marcel, who got locked away. Gives it off to Kata to drive. What a chance for three. Good, Devontae chance. Chance back to Marcel. Marcel down. Kata up and good.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Crimson Hawks Sports Network pregame show, getting you set for IUP and Slippery Rock. Joshua alongside Eric Formos. And Eric, this is a big game for both teams here, and more in particular for the IUP Crimson Hawks, but we'll touch on that in a second. We're going to recap some news that happened on IUP's road trip. Devontae Chance reaches the 1,000-point plateau. He also adds 400 assists as well. An elite group of players, and Devontae Chance, one of the best we've ever seen here at IUP.
Yeah, Chance, a senior from Philadelphia. He's going to cap off what's really been, as you mentioned, Josh, a spectacular career. 1,000 career points, 400 career assists. He leads IUP in scoring this season and assists per game.
Yeah, let's take a look at what IUP did their last time out on the road at Edinburgh, an overtime game for IUP, losing by 2, their second straight loss on the road for the Crimson Hawks.
A 79-77 loss at Edinburgh. Jeremy Jeffers able to make a three-pointer at the buzzer to send the game into overtime, but it wasn't enough as IUP lost in overtime as Daddy Ubede led the way with 26 points, 5 rebounds, but IUP had no answer for Jamin Mason, the Edinburgh Fighting Scots leading scorer that night with 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. So IUP comes into this basketball game, losers of 2 in a row on the road at Mercyhurst and at Edinburgh. And now here they are facing Slippery Rock, who they've already lost to this season, and really in that kind of seeding to see where they fall into that top 6 entering postseason play.
Yeah, an overtime loss for IUP. Jeremy Jeffers sent it into overtime, couldn't win it for IUP. And let's take a look now at our PSAC West standings as we get set for this one. You see a lot of teams beginning to clinch tournament berths. Both of these teams are already in. It's just a matter of, will Slippery Rock jump IUP for that number 3 spot?
Well, we talked about it earlier, Slippery Rock owning the first win of the season over IUP, so they're going to have that tiebreaker. So if they are finishing the season with equal records, Slippery Rock will leapfrog over top of IUP, and IUP could possibly end up with a 4 seed.
Yeah, that would certainly not be good for IUP. It's amazing what a week makes. You would think 1 week ago, IUP would almost be a lock to even host the PSAC tournament. Now they're in position to maybe not even have a home game. But let's go ahead and take a look at our impact players for tonight's matchup. A couple of players that are really going to need to step up for these teams. We spotlighted the 23s, Antonio Butler and Brandon Norfleet, coming off of that injury. It'll be interesting to see if he can get back on track and play his game.
Yeah, looking at Slippery Rock, Antonio Butler, a redshirt senior, averaging nearly 16 points a game, 6 rebounds. Look for him to get off and start off early. Slippery Rock get him that basketball. Whereas Norfleet, around 14 points a game, 7 rebounds. But as you mentioned, Josh, coming back, battling that ankle injury. So let's see how effective he is tonight. Maybe that long 4-day rest after the loss to Edinburgh will help him get back on track.
Slippery Rock has not won on the road here at IUP in a long time. It's been about 25 games since Slippery Rock has come into Indiana and beat the IUP Crimson Hawks. And with that, we look at our keys to the game here this evening. Rivalry night, one of the best rivalries in the PSAC, one of the oldest rivalries in the PSAC. Anytime these two teams lock horns, it's bound to be a battle.
Well, especially tonight, the intensity is going to be ratcheted up a little bit because of postseason seeding. IUP leads in the last 7 games, has won 5, whereas Slippery Rock has only won 2. So let's see if that continues. But thus far this season, Slippery Rock has done a very nice job in that game they had at Macomb Fieldhouse, controlling the tempo of the basketball game and coming away with a victory. And IUP, you have to wonder, maybe they're starting to feel a little bit of that pressure coming down the stretch, back-to-back losses and a tough schedule. After tonight, not so bad, but you look at Pitt, Johnstown, and Clarion to finish out the schedule.
Yeah, whatever team wins the game here tonight, it's going to have to be a total team effort on either side. And then our final key to the night, the best offense, of course, Eric, is a good defense. Both of these teams need to step their game up defensively and try to win it on the defensive side of the floor.
That's what it's going to come down to. You know, you're going to have a game that's going to come down to the fourth quarter, or excuse me, the second half, probably the last 4 to 6 minutes of the basketball game. So exactly who's going to hit those open shots? Can Devontae Chance facilitate, kick out some assists, and get IUP some open buckets? On the flip side, what is Butler going to do for Slippery Rock, keep them in this basketball game? But I expect this to be a very contested, intense PSAC West basketball game.
Yeah, the rebounding battle, of course, is going to loom large as well. We'll be touching on that plenty during the broadcast. It's going to be a tremendous matchup here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The IUP Crimson Hawks and Slippery Rock. That does it here for the Crimson Hawks Sports Network pregame show. We're going to take a quick break, come back with the national anthem, starting lineups, and tip-off. It's all coming your way next on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong.
Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The Action Team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
With that, we welcome you in to the Crimson Hawks Sports Network, ladies and gentlemen. It's IUP men's basketball here this evening, and what a game we have for you tonight. The IUP Crimson Hawks dropping out of the top 25, Eric. They've received votes in the poll, no longer ranked after those 2 defeats last week on the road here against Slippery Rock in a game for essentially 3rd place in the PSAC at the moment. And this is going to be a tremendous matchup. These 2 teams always have some competitive basketball games. Starting lineups here this evening for Slippery Rock: Malcolm Richardson, Shaquille Pratt, Frank Holloway, Antonio Butler, and Jamal Gatali. Starting for IUP, Devon Cottrell in for Ubede, Sean Dyer, Jeremy Jeffers, Brandon Norfleet, and Devontae Chance. This should be one you want to tune in for, Eric, that's for sure.
Well, as you mentioned, you talked about important in the PSAC standings, but as well in the Atlantic region standings, as Slippery Rock and IUP are battling for position there. IUP currently 3rd, Slippery Rock 4th in those standings. So important postseason implications, not only for PSAC tournament play, but for possible seeding in the NCAA tournament as well.
A lot to get to here tonight, and we will be discussing it at length as we get underway here. And Sean Dyer starts out with a 3-pointer that's coming no good. Battle for the loose ball is controlled. Malcolm Richardson back the other way. And the pace here. Richardson, 3 ball coming. He knocks it down early on. 3-0 for the Rock.
And a quick start for Richardson. He was the PSAC West Athlete of the Week last week, as he averaged 19 points, 11 boards, and 4 assists in a pair of wins over Edinburgh and Seton Hill. So he continues his hot streak.
Devontae for 3, can't convert, tipped out by Sean Dyer, saved by Brandon Norfleet. And here we go. And anytime you're able to get an offensive rebound against Slippery Rock, you're doing something right. The best rebounding team in the entire country. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, they're the best.
That's right. They lead all of basketball in total rebounds and margin per game. So it's going to be something to keep an eye on, looking at second chance points and one-shot opportunities for IUP if Slippery Rock is able to keep up that trend, which there's no reason why they shouldn't. They are the best in the nation, as you mentioned.
Last time IUP and Slippery Rock played, that man right there, Shaquille Pratt, went off, and he travels there. 26 points, 15 rebounds the last time these 2 teams met. That was a big reason why Slippery Rock was able to escape with a win over IUP.
Yeah, you look, it was a 75-71 win at home for IUP, so it'll be interesting to see what type of a game Pratt does have this evening.
And there's a 2-pointer for Devon Cottrell.
Nice inside look there by Cottrell's Norfleet that actually put it in, but nice inside bounce pass. Nice vision by Cottrell.
Cottrell, as we said, in for Daddy Ubede, who had gotten the start about 15 games into the season or so, and he had not looked back at IUP going with a different look. Good defense so far by the Crimson Hawks. Slippery Rock has not had much, and there's Butler with the shot, and it's blocked away. Crimson Hawks look to push with Devontae. He'll slow it up and deliberately find Jeffers stepping into a 3-ball, no good. And the rebound controlled there by Gatali.
And you can see already a couple of possessions for IUP, no offensive rebounds. Slippery Rock doing a nice job on those boards.
And that's a nice take, but a little bit awry there was Richardson on the drive. Chance back quickly. Chance in traffic. Dishes to Sean. It was tipped away, but he gets it back to Sean Dyer, the graduate student, transfer from West Liberty University.
You can see early what both teams want to do. They want to push the action.
And there's a 3-ball up for Devontae, and it's down. Devontae Chance from downtown.
Nice to see Chance get on track. We talked about him last week going into the illustrious 1,000-point club for his IUP career, able to kick it off and hit a 3 to get himself going on the evening.
Yeah, 1,000 points, 400 assists for Devontae Chance, one of only 4 players to accomplish that feat here at IUP.
Double dribble called on the baseline. That's going to be Slippery Rock's second turnover of the basketball game. Turnover by Frank Holloway on the double dribble.
Going back to Devontae, he joins Ashton Smith, Eddie Peterson, and Yancey Taylor as the only players in the history of IUP. Think about how many great players have played here at IUP. 1,400, 1 of 4. That's just an incredible accomplishment. 5-3 early on here. Crimson Hawks on top. Here as Antonio Butler controls. He'll find Richardson, who's stepped his play up of late, Eric. You mentioned PSAC Player of the Week, and here's a cutting Butler. And that shot is blocked away by Cottrell. And a tie-up. It's going to stay with Slippery Rock, but Devon Cottrell, that's what Drizzy does. He's one of the best shot blockers in the conference.
Well, nice ups on the jump, but also nice body control. He kept verticality and used those long arms to block that shot.
Slippery Rock, not a team that uses their bench as much as the women, but they still have some key reserves that really make an impact, and I'm sure we'll see them very soon here as Holloway controls and hands off to Gatali. Gatali out, Holloway, corner 3, it's blocked again! You gotta be kidding me! Ahead to Norfleet, Brandon will shovel it back. Jeffers maybe traveled there, but kicks it instead. Brandon Norfleet, 3-ball off the front iron. Norfleet spins and finds Devontae. He'll reset the calm, cool and collected. Devontae Chance on the near side. Cottrell sets a pick. Out, Sean Dyer, shot fake, nice work, corner, Jay is good. Talk about a shot fake there from Sean Dyer.
A nice pump fake by Dyer, got Richardson up in the air, able to take that dribble step in and hit that 18-footer.
Here's Butler, 3-ball on the way, and that is good for Antonio Butler, the redshirt senior from Norton, Virginia, converts, and he's on the board with his first 3 of the night.
We talked about him. He averages almost 16 points per game, able to connect on his first 3-pointer of the evening.
We do apologize to any fans having issue with our streaming here. Working to get that taken care of as well. Chance, 3-ball, or 2. That's a long 2 for Devontae. And he converts. Devontae really can take over a game in a litany of ways.
He's off to a quick start, 2 of 3. He's already got a rebound and an assist, 5 points. Nice quick start for him. IUP as a team shooting 4 and 9 in the early going.
There's an acrobatic shot there that missed. Rebound is back out. Slippery Rock has it. Richardson with a nice pump fake, and he'll shoot the jumper off back iron. Crimson Hawks look to push. Devontae lost control momentarily, gains it back. Devontae going to work here. Back to Sean Dyer. Dyer, the left-handed 3, no good. Nice rebound, but it's tipped around and controlled by IUP. And they'll get a fresh shot clock to work with.
That's encouraging to see. IUP able to come up with offensive boards and generate second chance points. They've already got 7 rebounds in the early going.
And Slippery Rock's ability to rebound the basketball has really been one of their saving graces this year. They're not necessarily the best offensive team in the world. They don't light the world on fire in terms of statistics. Norfleet all the way, and he lays it in. But Slippery Rock as a team, they limit opponents to not many opportunities, and then they are able to convert on the other end when they need to.
We talked about it. They've been very efficient in second chance points, and also outscoring their opponent by over 200 points this year in second chance points.
There's a steal, but he's on the line. And we will have a stoppage of play. First media time out of the evening. It's 11-6. Teams settling in here at the KCAC. We'll be right back, everybody.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star, and who can change the world of a fifth grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
Fox Sports Network. You take a look at some footage from last year's IUP Slippery Rock game. Matisse Cada laying it in, giving IUP a 66-64 win. IUP dominates Slippery Rock here at home, but this is quite a competitive series, Eric, and you look at some of the melee that ensued as Slippery Rock had a chance to win it, but they couldn't. Crimson Hawks got the victory, and it was quite a night here at the Kowalczyk Center.
We look at a couple rivals separated only by about an hour or so in the PSAC West, but two traditionally pretty good programs the last few years. You look at Coach Lombardi, you look at Coach Kevin Reynolds from Slippery Rock, both offering stability. Lombardi in his 9th season, Reynolds in his 7th season, done a fantastic job of turning Slippery Rock around and getting this into a program that not only is two teams meeting here in the regular season, but they've also met in PSAC tournament play and NCAA tournament play the last couple of years. So there's reason to have a little bit of a heated rivalry here between these two teams.
And for the IUP Crimson Hawks, this is the place to be. They have lost every one of their games so far on the road, with the exception of one, that coming to Mercyhurst very early in the season. Dyer had the ball knifed away, and coming back quickly is Pratt. Pratt surges ahead, and they'll get a foul call on the underneath, and Dyer just went into the heart of that Slippery Rock defense and couldn't get a shot away. Nice job by Slippery Rock to force it away from him.
A nice aggressive take by Pratt, able to force the foul on Devontae Chance. Go to the line and get two, but you can see both teams struggling a little bit from the field, especially Slippery Rock 2-9 from the field thus far, and that's their first free throw attempt of this basketball game. But we talked about it at the beginning, Josh, and a little bit here with the rebounding differential. Slippery Rock is actually being out-rebounded up to this point now, 9-5 by IUP. So that's something that Coach Lombardi has to be very happy with. If IUP can control the offensive boards, get some second chance points, that's going to be a big advantage.
Today was the first day of the Atlantic Region rankings coming out as well, and the IUP Crimson Hawks currently sit at 3rd place, Slippery Rock in at number 7. Number 1, West Liberty. Number 2, Fairmont State. Number 3, IUP. That rounds out the top 3. Bede in the game, and he'll get a quick deuce here coming off the bench for the IUP Crimson Hawks.
Ubede coming in, getting a touch right away, and able to get around Eric Raleigh, the redshirt junior. Ubede able to lay it in.
Here's a 3-ball up and down for Malcolm Richardson. Nice work for the junior.
And that is Richardson's second 3 of this basketball game already. 2 of 2 from behind the arc for 6 points. Can't give him wide open looks at point blank range like that right in front of the basket.
John Dyer down to Ubede, coming off a career high 26 points. Had that ball knifed away, and that's going Slippery Rock's direction.
And we have our second media timeout.
Second media timeout already. First half flying by. IUP 13, Slippery Rock 9. We'll step out and come back with more IUP basketball here on IUP TV.
'Cause nothing ever gonna make this world better if we don't start believing that love really, really, really is the answer. Everybody join hands, 'cause it's time now. Spread the love all over the world. Spread it all over the world.
When I was in high school, I didn't know where I wanted to go to college. But I did know I wanted a major with job potential, and a campus that felt like the right place for me. I chose IUP. I'm studying on a beautiful campus with great professors who focus on student success and 140 academic majors. I'm Megan Spangler. I study nursing. Find your success at IUP.
We welcome you back into the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, and Eric, you talk about Malcolm Richardson. He's leading the way here in terms of scoring, coming off his PSAC Player of the Week award.
Well, he's kept it rolling. You mentioned last week, those are his averages: 19 points, 11 boards. Had a pair of double-doubles in victories last week. But he's kept it up going here tonight, Josh. He's 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 coming from three-point range. He's added a steal and a rebound, 6 points. So a quick start for him. He's got 6 of Slippery Rock's 9 points.
We'd also like to thank WIUPFM Sports Director Mike Gosnell for his assistance with that graphic. We appreciate the help as Slippery Rock gets a couple of looks at the basket, but they can't convert. And IUP will get it back.
A lot of contact right there underneath the basket, but the officials are going to let them play and be physical as they don't make a call on that. And Devontae Chance able to bring the ball back up the floor for IUP.
Bede inside, it's partially blocked.
Foul on Malcolm Richardson.
So Bede will go to the line. We still understand we're having some streaming issues as well. And we're looking to get those taken care of. We're working here in the background trying to get that solved here for this PSAC West matchup, IUP and Slippery Rock. And Bede misses at the line. And in a close game, you really want to try to make all your foul shots. I know it becomes cliche, but that could be the difference.
And that's uncharacteristic for Bede, who comes into this game averaging, we're shooting 80% from the free throw line this season, able to hit the back end and get 1 or 2.
Full court press by IUP with Kevin Hanner in the basketball game. Looking at some substitutions for Slippery Rock, Abdul King makes his first appearance of the night. Brandon Norfleet picks up a foul.
That's a bad foul on Norfleet. He gets beat 30, 35 feet from the basket. You can't reach around and commit a foul like that.
Desmond Nicholson also in the game, and he saves that one from going out of bounds. They're number 5 in black. Crimson Hawks almost forced a 10-second call with that full court press, but Nicholson and King, 2 of the reserves, the mainstays off that Slippery Rock bench, they get some big minutes for this Rock team. Chance guarding Butler there on the far side, and he pokes it away, much to the delight of Coach Lombardi.
We talked about Slippery Rock's bench scoring. They've outscored opponents' bench by over 200 points this season. Carry called on Nicholson to give the ball back to IUP. That is Slippery Rock's 3rd turnover of the basketball game.
IUP also with 3 turnovers here in the early going. So Norfleet with that classic step back J, no good. Bede has it back, and he will look to Chance. Tevin Hanner was open down underneath it. He wanted the basketball there. A little bit of demonstrativeness from Tevin.
A nice hustle though by Bede. Stuck with it, able to get that rebound, and again another second possession or second chance points here for IUP possibly.
Full court press implied by IUP. Here it's 16-9. Nicholson almost traveled with that one.
Yeah, Slippery Rock is having a little bit of difficulty with that press. Nice adjustment by Coach Lombardi.
Driving inside. Scoring there is Abdul King. Count it and the foul. He'll head to the line for the old-fashioned 3.
Well, nice job by King. Comes in, going up against the bigger Ubede. Ubede gets himself in a situation there where he's set defensively, but unfortunately kind of turns the body at the last second, draws contact on the shoulder, That's outside the torso. That's going to be a block every time on Ubede. But a good effort. But King, nice body control, able to lay it up and in and go for the old-fashioned three-point play.
So King will go to the line for Slippery Rock. It's a 5-point edge for IUP, and King chops that down to a 4-point lead. Chance has it for the IUP Crimson Hawks.
If you're Slippery Rock right now, you have to be really happy. Continue to try to get stops. You're only 3 of 12 from the field. You're still in this basketball game, so let's see what they do defensively here.
Cottrell will go to the line as he shot that. Hook Frank Holloway charge there.
As you can see, IUP is trying to get the inside game involved. Ubede, who had to come out of the basketball game, he had 5 quick points. Cottrell back in, looking for his first points of the evening. But Cottrell, the big thing with him is what he does on the defensive end, Josh. He's already contributed with 3 blocks in the first 10 minutes of play.
One of the best blocking players in all of IUP history. He's currently in 2nd place behind Darrell Webb, who IUP fans remember just one of the greatest players to ever don an IUP uniform.
Charles able to hit the back end. You look at IUP, they're struggling, only 1 of 6 from 3-point range. And you look at Slippery Rock, we talked about 3 of 12 from the field, but all 3 of those shots have come from 3-point range. So the ones that they are making them count.
Crimson Hawks really pressuring this Slippery Rock team in the backcourt. They're really making them work to get the ball over half court.
Well, they've done a nice job. That's an adjustment because Slippery Rock was looking to push the ball early and got a couple easy looks, and now with the slow down tempo of the half court, assuming the press, Slippery Rock forced more into that kind of half court offense.
Let's go in IUP's direction. It's whiteout night here at the Kowalczyk Center. One of only 2 remaining home games for the IUP Crimson Hawks. So for seniors like Devontae Chance, Jeremy Jeffers, Sean Dyer coming in as a transfer. The moments to put on that IUP uniform of getting down, no matter how you slice it, and that's got to be a sad feeling for those guys.
They're going to get a reach call on IUP as Jordan Grady, who just checked into the basketball game for Slippery Rock, came down with the offensive rebound, but Jeffers reached in and draws the foul. That's 4 team fouls on the Crimson Hawks. Let's see, they're going to stick with this full court press. It's done a nice job so far slowing down Slippery Rock, and Coach Lombardi's going right back to it.
Breaking that full court press and getting a shot there was Abdul King, but he couldn't convert, and IUP's going to try their luck at pushing the pace. Slippery Rock does a nice job getting back defensively. That's knifed away. King rolls it to himself, but he can't save it as it rolls out of bounds. And we will step out here with our under 8 media timeout. Crimson Hawks up by 5. We'll be back here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you,
You're not fooling anybody, you know. Think young. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
You! Oh! Your fault. You!
My fault?
Your fault. Your fault.
You're right.
What?
It's my fault.
What do you mean your fault?
You're right, it's my fault. Maybe both of us?
Maybe just you.
Back here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Some streaming issues, but we're getting that taken care of with a 17-12 game IUP. And Slippery Rock, we thought it would be a low-scoring affair the way these 2 teams are on the defensive end and the woes that Slippery Rock has on the offensive end. Now take a look here at the rebounding overall. It's 11-6 in favor of the IUP Crimson Hawks. Quite a surprise there with the way Slippery Rock's able to rebound the basketball, Eric.
We talked about Slippery Rock having a major advantage this season in second chance points because of that great rebounding that they have, the best in NCAA basketball, Division I, 2 or 3. And right now, IUP holds a 6-0 advantage in terms of second chance points, but also in the paint, an 8-0 advantage. So Slippery Rock being very uncharacteristic thus far, giving up position inside.
Slippery Rock really needs this one, and so do the IUP Crimson Hawks. As we said earlier, it's pretty much a battle for third place here in the PSAC, and that's big. That really can swing it one way or the other. Nice dish underneath Trell. He's swarmed, but Jeffers kicks it back. Norfleet, what a crossover move, and he hits the jumper. Brandon Norfleet with some tremendous body control, and I think that ankle's feeling a little bit better for Brandon there, Eric.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to push off of that ankle, although Coach Kevin Reynolds for Slippery Rock was arguing and begging for a travel call on that, but he's not going to get it. But you're right, Josh. That ankle of Norfleet had bothered him for a little while. It looks like he's back in his old form.
Coach Reynolds in the 7th season for the Rock, and to anyone that tuned in to our broadcast last week, IUP and Dan in the halftime presentation for the 1994-95 team. Kevin Reynolds, one of the men on the coaching staff, and he came back, was honored. Slippery Rock didn't play that day, so he was able to come back, and it was good for him to get the recognition he deserved for his part on that team, one of the best in IUP history. But now he's on the other side of things, Eric, and those days long gone for him right now. He's focused on winning this one for the Rock.
He's done a nice job. He's has the third most coaching wins at Slippery Rock with 135 coming into tonight. So a nice job by him establishing and creating stability for the Slippery Rock basketball team.
And Eric, you had mentioned in your time as an undergrad at Slippery Rock University that they had a bit of a down basketball program. They had some turmoil at the coaching position, couldn't really find somebody to lead the program, take the reins. They had some guys coming in and out. Finally found some stability with Coach Reynolds here.
Yeah, 3 to 5 year period. A chance for a nice step back jumper. The program is really in flux. They brought in Reynolds, as just mentioned, 7th season now at the helm, and he's done a really nice job. You can look at their lineup. Their roster features players from all over, Virginia, West Virginia, Connecticut, California, Maryland. So he's done a good job going out there, spreading that brand of Slippery Rock basketball.
Take a look at this nice little crossover by Brandon Norfleet. And Slippery Rock has gone with a bit of a different lineup in terms of starters the past couple of games, and they've had some real success with it. Winners of 3 straight are the Rock.
They're playing well. This is the time of the season that you want to be going on 2, 3, 4-game win streaks, as opposed to IUP coming into this game with a 2-game losing streak. So this is very important. Nice measuring stick game for both teams.
Yeah, and the Crimson Hawks have not lost 3 in a row for a long time. There was a stretch back in 2009, 2010. I believe they may have lost 5 in a row. And that shot is way off as Devontae Chance did a nice job defending it. Time winding down on the shot clock. They got to shoot it. Deep 3 is no good. Oh boy, that looked like it was heading down. Hanner saves it nicely to Chance. Here come the Crimson Hawks with some fresh troops on the floor. Pull up 3 for Sean Dyer. Can't convert. Rebound, tipped, battled for Slippery Rock basketball.
That's going to be a reach on, they're going to call on Ubede. Yes, so that is Ubede's 2nd foul. And that'll be interesting to see if Lombardi leaves him in or if he puts Cottrell back in, as Ubede. They do not want him to get a 3rd foul before the half, and with 5.5 minutes left to go, that's a very long time for him to play, especially with his physical style underneath.
Yeah, he's always mucking it up down inside. He picks up a lot of fouls as a result. There's a shot by Pratt. He can't convert, but he'll get a reach-in foul as Sean Dyer controlled it, went into a bit of a turtle there, trying to protect that basketball, and Pratt reached in.
Yeah, Pratt with almost a mini bear hug. Easy call, and that's Slippery Rock's 4th team foul. And let's see if IUP can push this lead out a little bit more, up 21-12. And Devontae Chance now with 5 points. Let's see if he can add to that. But again, they're looking inside. They're trying to get Ubede the basketball, but a nice job defensively by Frank Holloway, preventing Ubede from getting the ball in the post.
Slippery Rock in a man-to-man defense. Chance in the lane. Floater no good, and Ubede is going to pick up that 3rd foul. And As a result, Rizzy, Devon Cottrell comes back into the basketball game. He's been good for IUP getting the start here this evening. Coach Lombardi, not a big fan of that particular foul call, but when you look at Devon Cottrell, 3 blocks already here in the first half. Just incredible what he's been able to do. And he's one of the conference's best block men, and he plays limited minutes for IUP. It's not like he's playing 30 minutes a game.
No, he's not, but it especially helps when Ubede is getting into foul trouble and it forces Cottrell to play a lot more. Silly foul by Ubede with the push in the back on that rebound.
Chance countering back, and he walked with it. So Devontae turns it over. King returns for Slippery Rock. Entering the game for the first time tonight is Manny Yard. He is a redshirt sophomore from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Let's see what IUP's bench is able to bring into this basketball game. We talked about the major advantage that Slippery Rock has had, and IUP has done a nice job of counterbalancing the offensive advantages for Slippery Rock. And a bad pass by Richardson, looking for a cutting Antonio Butler.
Nicholson back in for the Rock. Nicholson, the redshirt senior from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Nicholson and King, the two go-tos off the bench for Coach Kevin Reynolds. And here's an alley-oop for Tevin Hanner, and that's going to prompt a timeout from Coach Reynolds, and a defensive lapse there. They need to talk about it. We'll keep it here with a 30-second timeout. Take a look at this, Eric. Some tremendous play on IUP's end.
A nice screen by Cottrell, able to take out 2 Slippery Rock defenders. Perfect pass right into Tevin Hanner, able to come up with a two-handed jam. But a great look also by Devontae Chance. He lobbed it up perfectly. Hanner able to make the nice athletic finish, able to elevate and finish.
So as we approach the 4-minute mark, we will have another media timeout here in this first half. Let's look at how these teams matched up by the numbers in terms of points per game. Both teams averaging about 74. Slippery Rock at 74.4, IUP at 74.7. Slippery Rock allows over 65 points per game, and IUP at 61 points per game in terms of offensive rebounds and rebounds per game. Slippery Rock just absolutely dominant. Take a look at this rebounding margin for Slippery Rock. 13.7 in favor of Slippery Rock, plus 13.7. IUP, not too bad, but they're only plus 3.
That's Slippery Rock's focal point. That's the main building block they have for the season, has been their offensive rebounding coming into this game. But on the road, Slippery Rock has pretty much struggled. They're a 500 basketball team, 5-5, while IUP here at home at the KCAC 13-1.
Nicholson driving, acrobatic shot, and he gets it to go. What a take there. Desmond Nicholson inside, and that was one of the prettier baskets you'll probably see tonight.
Yeah, nice baseline drive, nice athletic move by Nicholson, able to lay it up. The acrobatic circus shot goes in.
Chance out there on the court. He's guarded by Nicholson. Kicks to Norfleet, far side, 3 splash! Brandon Norfleet feeling good here this evening, coming off that ankle injury, and he's in now with 7 points, which leads all scorers here this evening for IUP.
Another nice look by Chance, able to find Norfleet wide open in the corner.
There's a shot that's missed, but the follow is good by Eric Raleigh, making his first appearance of the night. The redshirt junior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They have him at 6'8", 195, so a big presence inside for Slippery Rock. You see him matched up on Devon Cottrell.
Yeah, Cottrell owns the size matchup there at 6'7", 220. Raleigh giving up about 25 pounds to Cottrell on the inside, so it'll be interesting to see if IUP looks to take advantage of that and pound that basketball inside.
You see Devontae Chance coming off that screen and kicking out to Norfleet, who's wide open for 3. And with that, we'll take our under 4 media timeout here in the first half. It's IUP by 10. We'll be back right here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network.
Receiving a Jefferson Award for public service was an honor I will always cherish. I've known since I was very young that I wanted to help make a difference, but I didn't create an organization to win an award. I did it because as a teacher, I believe all kids deserve a good start and a shot at high achievement. I'm April King, a graduate of Indiana University of Pennsylvania, Get my story at IUP.edu.
I chose Division II because athletes graduate at a higher rate.
I can stay closer to home
and be an important part of the community.
I chose Division II because I can double major
and take part in campus activities.
I chose Division II because classrooms are smaller.
Students have more time with their instructors.
And I can compete for a national championship.
I chose Division II for all these reasons and more.
I chose Division II.
And we welcome you back into the Crimson Hawks Sports Network here. We are your television home for IUP athletics. It's IUP and Slippery Rock, one of the biggest regular season matchups on the slate of games for the IUP Crimson Hawks. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, and Dave Lind joining you here in the booth. We'd like to welcome Slippery Rock fans and IUP fans alike, as we've got some IUP faculty members joining us here in the broadcast booth as well. Devontae driving, what a take by Chance, but he can't finish. And Slippery Rock will counter back. 10-point lead for the Crimson Hawks. Dyer back in, almost sniped it away there from Nicholson.
IUP sticking with that man-to-man defense. Really did a nice job stymieing Slippery Rock thus far.
And Cottrell will pick up a foul there, and that's going to be Devon's first.
And that's going to send Slippery Rock to the line. Is that the 7th team foul on IUP?
So Antonio Butler, Slippery Rock's leading scorer at 15.8 points per game. He's also third on the team in rebounding, second on the team in assists. So he plays a large role in many facets for Slippery Rock, and he will try to cut into this lead for the Crimson Hawks.
Butler, you talked about, Josh, he's the most effective player offensively, leading them to 16 points a game. Also, third on the team at over 6 rebounds a game, so he really does do it all. Senior. That's what you would expect out of Lorton, Virginia. And you have there's a lot of redshirt upperclassmen on the Slippery Rock basketball team. You have 4 redshirt seniors, and you have 6 redshirt juniors. So senior-laden, experienced team.
This is an odd dynamic here at the Kowalczyk Center. Rather quiet. It's a nice crowd. Some good support from the students and community alike out. But the fans just seem to be kind of sitting on their hands right now. They're very quiet. Maybe they need something to get into the game, but we're almost at halftime. Jeffers' 3 ball is good. Jeremy Jeffers, the southpaw. He wasn't able to win the game against Edinburgh, but he hit the 3 to send it into overtime. And he's got one of the best big man. He's one of the best 3-point shooters for a big man that IUP has, for sure.
Yeah, nice look by Northfleet to find him there as well.
Had a good counter back for Slippery Rock's Abdul King. The 6'4" redshirt junior is now on the board. Abdul King now with 5 for Slippery Rock here tonight.
If you're Slippery Rock, you're pretty happy. Your offensive production hasn't been very good percentage-wise and efficiency-wise, but you're still in this basketball game. And really, IUP, you mentioned it, Josh, really hasn't looked that comfortable offensively themselves.
Devontae controls, and he's going to reset screen coming by Cottrell. Devontae will take it himself. 3 ball, in and out. Rebound controlled by Slippery Rock, and they're looking to run. Butler takes it himself. Butler up and under, no good, but the follow is good there by Shaquille Pratt. And Shaquille's on the board for the first time here this evening.
And that's where Slippery Rock offensively has been the most successful tonight, when they're able to get the basketball out, release, and not allow IUP to set up in that press, which really slowed them down about the midway point of the first half.
So we're now down to the 30-second mark in the first half. Jeffers turned it over. Back is Butler, but he lost it. And Chance is fouled. And Devontae draws the foul there after he knocked it away from Butler, who stole it away from Jeffers. So a couple of turnovers both ways.
Yeah, some sloppy basketball handling. But nice job by Dyer. He's able to get back defensively and strip Butler of that basketball, take away an opportunity after Butler himself made a really nice play, stepped into the passing lane and was able to get up the floor. But again, he was 2-on-1 on the basket. Two IUP defenders back. Might have been better served to pull out and set up something, because really they could have run the clock out and ended the half with the ball.
So IUP holds for the last possession, down to 3.5. Out, open look for Norfleet at the buzzer. Got it! Brandon Norfleet as we head into the half. Norfleet converts and makes it a 10-point game, and here you see it, Eric. Wide open, and Norfleet converts.
Well, nice drive by Chance. He brought the defenders down with him to the block. He knew where he could find the open man, was able to put out the dish, and boom, he hit the three-pointer in the basket. Big momentum swing, puts Slippery Rock up, or excuse me, IUP up by 10. But again, it's a big shot going into halftime, take some momentum and build forward going in the second half for IUP.
So we'll take a quick break here and come on back with the Crimson Hawk Sports Network halftime reports. Stats, scores, analysis, and highlights are all coming your way right after this short break, ladies and gentlemen. IUP Slippery Rock coming right back.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
You back here to the Crimson Hawk Sports Network halftime report. Some first half highlights.
As you can see, Cottrell, the difference maker inside, 3 blocks in the first half.
Devontae Chance counters back with a quick 3, and then watch him go to work here off the Devon Cottrell screen. Chance dishes it out. Sean Dyer with a nice shot fake, and he gets the corner J to go.
A Chance 6 assists. He's done a very nice job of spreading the basketball around to his teammates, and also able to merely connect and hit that fallback J. He's got 7 points on the evening to go with those 6 assists.
And there you see Daddy Ubede going to work inside. Battle, just an absolute battle. Quick lay in there, and here's Brandon Norfleet with that sick crossover. That was one of the best moves to see live. Slowing it down really doesn't do it justice.
And it's good to see Norfleet back. He leads all scorers with 12 points, 5 of 8 from the field, a couple 3-pointers, a couple of assists as well. So nice to see him bounce back from that ankle injury.
And then Jeremy Jeffers got in on the 3-point action. One of the better 3-point shooters. But you see Slippery Rock, the offensive rebounds. They out-rebounded IUP on the offensive end 9-4. Then a 3 ball coming for IUP. And there's Dr. Driscoll. Rocking the pink, rocking the white. He's got the bow tie. He's part of the bow tie club.
He's got it going on.
I think we've got some guys down in the control room with bow ties on as well, just emulating Dr. Driscoll. So talk about being part of the squad, the bow tie squad. Dr. Driscoll certainly in it. Looking at these first half stats, but before we do that, Eric, do want to note 6 assists for Devontae. He's 1 assist shy of moving into a tie of second place for most assists all time in IUP history. He came in to this evening's game at, I believe it was 453 assists, which was in 3rd place, and then with that 6 he can get 1 more and tie the 2nd place all time. So with that, let's take a look at some halftime stats.
Sure. For Slippery Rock, very poor shooting effort in the first half. 8 of 29 from the field, only 28%. Being out-rebounded also. IUP leading the rebounding margin 17-15. But you look at Slippery Rock, no player scored more than 6 points, led by Malcolm Richardson, 2 of 7 from the field. While on the flip side, looking at IUP, good shooting first half, 52%, 4 of 11 from 3-point range. We're talking about out-rebounding Slippery Rock up to this point, 17-15. And led by Brandon Norfleet with 12 points, Devontae Chance chipping in 7 to go along with his 6 assists. And Daddy Ubede, 5 points for Ubede, but also in 5 minutes, very efficient, but 3 points for Ubede. And turnovers, both teams had 5 in the first half. So if you're Slippery Rock, you're very fortunate to only be down when you're shooting 27% from the field in the first half.
Yeah, just updated those assist numbers for Devontae. Came into tonight's game, 443 assists. Mont Maddox has 450, so 6 assists puts Devontae at 449, 1 away, as I said, from tying that mark at 450. Leading assist man in IUP history is Ashton Smith with 456, so you have to think Devontae will pass him sometime this season.
Maybe next week at home against Clarion, he'll eclipse that mark and become the all-time assist leader in IUP history. And really, you mentioned it, Josh, he's only one of 4 players with 1,000 career points and has the opportunity to walk away with the all-time mark in assists. So it's been a stellar career from the senior from Philadelphia.
Certainly on an elite list, and it's just been incredible to watch him grow as Northfleet hits the jumper with a man right in his face. What can you do there for Shaquille Pratt? Perfect defense, but Northfleet right over top of him.
Northfleet did a nice job using the dribble to create some space, able to elevate and hit that jumper. Nice start to the second half for Northfleet.
So Slippery Rock with it back. 22 points here so far, and there's Pratt going to work. Can't convert. Nice board by Cottrell, and Dyer will kick ahead to Jeffers. Jeffers all the way, lays it in. Good job by the IUP Crimson Hawks of running the floor, and Jeffers is the beneficiary of a great pass by Sean Dyer.
Nice athletic play. IUP able to get out, push the tempo, and get the easy lay-in, and just like that, their increases lead to 14 points, and Slippery Rock still continues to struggle offensively.
There's a missed shot by Pratt, can't get his rebound, but also a nice job by Jeremy Jeffers protecting that ball in midair, kind of giving that move to give himself the lane he needed to lay it in. And when IUP runs the floor, they're one of the funnest teams to watch in the entire country, and they're tough to beat too when they get that free-flowing game going.
And Slippery Rock 0 for 3 to open the second half on the field.
Chance, reverse lay-in is good. Devontae Chance, and Coach Kevin Reynolds wants a timeout. He's about to go ballistic right now, walking like Vince McMahon out there on the court. And you take a look at the replay here as Devontae Chance goes to work. Takes it himself.
A nice job by Chance, able to use the rim as a protector, swing around the baseline, lay it up and in with that left hand. Put a little English on the ball to get that backspin off the glass. But nice start for IUP, 6-0 run to start the second half. Slippery Rock 0-4 from the field. And you look at it, they're in danger now, really falling behind. And IUP able to come back, they're able to get this win that would split the season series. But for Kevin Reynolds and Slippery Rock, your shots just aren't falling. You're getting looks.
That's got to be the concern.
You're just not able to convert. So you have to somewhat feel good about where you're at. It's not as if you're getting run out of the gym here, but at some point you have to start making shots. When you're 8 for 33 from the field, it's really hard to stay in basketball games, and that has to start going in. But also on the flip side, if you're struggling offensively, that's the time when your defense then needs to step up, make a play, get a steal, get an easy lay-in on the other end, just see that ball go in the hoop to build some confidence.
Yeah, all it takes is one time, and that could be all Slippery Rock needs to get them back into it. And as you said, anytime you shoot 25% as a team, what are you going to do sometimes? The shots might not fall, but they've got to battle through it. They're still in this basketball game, only down by 16, still over 17 minutes to go. So they need to really clamp down on the rebounding as well. Of course, their staple. They need to limit IUP's second chance opportunities and counter back quickly on offense. They have the basketball right now. Let's see what they can do. Malcolm Richardson leading the way. Frank Holloway's been really quiet here tonight. No points for Holloway.
Yeah, 0-4 from the field as well, so just struggling with his shot.
And he gets another one blocked. Fourth of the night for Cottrell. Lead pass ahead to Chance. Nice ball handling. Devontae shovels. Good dish underneath, and another nice one. Back out. Look at this ball movement. This is superb by IUP. Bounce pass, and IUP will reset. Really give credit to Slippery Rock there. Crimson Hawks were moving it like the Globetrotters out there. Just pass after pass, but Slippery Rock stayed with them. Devontae, 3-ball. Good! Devontae Chance, and Shaquille Pratt is the victim once again. He's been playing good defense on these guys, but they're just making shots right over top of them.
Nice straight-on three-pointer for Chance's second of the evening. Now 12 points, moves him into double digits.
That shot might have been partially blocked, and Crimson Hawks look to run again. Northfleet all the way, blocked away, but the follow is good by Sean Dyer. And the fans hold up the foam fingers, and we'll get another timeout on the floor at the 16:39 mark It's a 30-second timeout. Slippery Rock called it. So we'll keep it here, 43-22. And Eric leading the way for the IUP Crimson Hawks, Brandon Norfleet.
You can see Norfleet has his shot blocked, but Dyer sticks with the play, comes in, collects the rebound off of the block shot and puts it up and in. That's kind of a microcosm of the whole night for Slippery Rock right there. They play pretty good defense. They get back in transition, get a block shot, and then Dyer's all alone by himself, grabs the rebound, lays it up and in, and all of a sudden now this lead for IUP is ballooned to 19 as they open this second half on an 11-0 run. As Slippery Rock has yet to put in a single bucket in this half, but IUP doing a nice job pushing the tempo, but also converting. But more importantly, Josh, they're taking away those second chance opportunities for Slippery Rock, owning the offensive glass on both ends, really offensively and defensively. And that's Slippery Rock. That's how they generate their offense, is those second chance points. If you take that away, they're going to have a very difficult time scoring, as evidenced by tonight. They're not a very good outside shooting team.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Don't do that. If they get a basket there, there is Antonio Butler in with his 7th point of the evening, and that's the first basket for the Rock here in the second half. Now 1 of 6, and they rise back up to over 25% as a team.
Nice play call by Kevin Reynolds on the timeout. Done well. Able to get his team in, get him settled down, and then convert and get a bucket.
And that's something that a veteran coach can do. Dyer for 3, missed it, but he saved it. Out to Devontae, steps into a 3. No good. Battle for the loose ball is controlled by the Rock, and they're going to try to get out. They've got numbers with IUP coming back, but a nice lay in there for Frank Holloway, and he's on the board here for the first time tonight. IUP just couldn't get back on defense, and Slippery Rock ran the floor well.
That's how they've been successful tonight. Slippery Rock's done a nice job of pushing that tempo off of a missed shot and getting some easy lay-ins. It's been that half-court offense where they really struggle.
Underneath, and they'll pick up a foul call on Richardson, who collided with Cottrell in midair. And I think we're going to have the teams head to their respective benches as we step out for our under-16 media timeout. IUP 43, Slippery Rock 26. We'll be right back here on IUP TV, streaming live on BacklightTV.com.
We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong.
Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The action team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
And welcome back into the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Josh Hill alongside Eric Kormos, David Lind here in the broadcast booth. And Eric, when you look at Slippery Rock, they're one of the best defensive teams in the entire conference, and they actually lead the PSAC in field goal percentage defense. They hold opponents to around 39% per game. You look at IUP shooting 52.9% as a team here from the field.
Yeah, and the IUP is doing a nice job of getting easy looks, and it starts with Devontae Chance. It really does. He's got a game high in terms of assists with 6 assists, so done a nice job facilitating.
Wow, an interesting development there as it looked like Devontae was trying to get a timeout call. I didn't want to get slapped with the 5 seconds, but the officials say, no, it's a 5 seconds and it's going to go Slippery Rock's direction. So interesting there. Devontae thought he got the timeout. Officials tonight are Charles Bullock, Dave Shatire, and Mark Tortorella. And there's an acrobatic move there by Butler. He can't convert. He gets it back. Battle for the loose ball. And there is Eric Raleigh.
Nice job by Raleigh, keeping his awareness, getting that rebound. A lot of bodies on the floor as Ubede's back in the game. For IUP, Cottrell has a seat. And let's keep an eye on Ubede, who has 3 fouls. Let's see if Slippery Rock attacks him on the offensive end.
So Eric Raleigh gets in and scores. And there's Norton. Footer can't convert. Slippery Rock running with numbers out ahead to Butler. Nice move in the lane, and he scores on the floater.
Nice step-through move by Butler, and now
What are they going to get
here?
Yeah, he was pointing at somebody. Maybe a warning? I don't know.
And no, the little miscommunication. The officials on the far side of the floor here are asking for some clarification as well from the trail official coming up the floor with the play, but no harm, no foul. But you look at Slippery Rock now as they cut this lead down. What was 21 for IUP, now down to 13, and really a blink of an eye, Josh.
And that's kind of the run.
8-0 run.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. And Butler now has 9 points. There's a blocking call. And look at Coach Kevin Reynolds here. Take a look at him. He is absolutely disgusted, I think would be a good word.
And it was a close call, but you can see right there at the very end, Ubede goes up. And Holloway actually had pretty decent position, but that last second he lunged forward with that right leg.
A little bit of a sell job.
Yeah, he initiated that contact as he moved forward. Because once Ubede goes up in the air, once the shooter's in the air, you have to give him a place to land. And Holloway slid underneath him as he elevated, as Ubede elevated. And that draws the foul. Really, it's a pretty easy call.
But one thing that you certainly have to note is that Antonio Butler's got some moves out there on the court. He can really, score in traffic. He's got that step through, and he goes to work. And nice ball player for Slippery Rock.
He can score in bunches, too.
Yeah. He controls for Slippery Rock right now. And he dishes off in midair. There's a 3-ball up for Butler, no good. Ubede in controls. And here's Brandon Norfleet back ahead and kicking to Tevin Hanner. Tevin Hanner has not played too much here in this game. Out to Manny Yard. So Crimson Hawks trying to work some new faces in here. Going to their bench. Devon Cottrell set to check in at the media table. Double team coming. And Chance controls. Off the screen. Chance. 3-ball on the way. No good. And rebound by Raleigh.
Raleigh's had a nice game coming off the bench. He's got 5 rebounds, 4 points. So nice job by Raleigh coming off the bench.
Richardson kicks it out. So 3-ball coming is no good. The tip is controlled by the Hawks.
Nice job by Holloway.
That was Holloway who attempted that 3 for Slippery Rock. And here's Manny Yard. He'll step into a 3-ball, and it will get a high care, but he can't get it to go. And here comes Slippery Rock running the other way. Richardson on Chance. Richardson all the way. It's blocked. Gets it back in. There's a basket and foul call. And looked like that was partially tipped going in, too. And a nice job by Malcolm Richardson to get that to go with a lot of contact and a lot of IUP defenders swarming him. Take a look at this, Eric.
Yeah, a lot of traffic under the basket, but Richardson sticks with it. Gets the shot blocked initially. Nice play on the inbounds pass by Holloway.
You see that tip.
And nice job, body control, finishing that, and then the foul on Hanner. Splits Richardson at the line. He's able to convert. And now looking to make it an 11-point game, finish the 3-point play.
And that change of direction paid off for Malcolm there. You have to wonder if that would have gone in if it wouldn't have been tipped. May have not. But that nice angle off the carom gets Richardson to the line. Slippery Rock makes a substitution there with Alan Giles. He's been rather quiet, has not played entirely too much here in this game. This is actually his about 3rd minute of action here. He was in briefly for Slippery Rock. Chance has it. He kicks to Manny Yard. We're approaching the 12:30 mark in our telecast here this evening. Second game of our doubleheader here tonight. Dyer 3-ball on the way, no good. Rebounded by Richardson. Here comes Slippery Rock. This is what they're looking to do. They run it out. Richardson stop from the elbow is good. Malcolm Richardson now in double figures with 11 points for the Rock here this evening.
Nice job by Richardson. Started off the evening 2 for 10, hit his last couple shots, including a couple 3-pointers on the evening. And now it's under 10 points.
And
we have a holding call.
Yeah.
Holding call on Eric Raleigh. Coming for Devin Cottrell's jersey. Right about the free throw line. Now checking in. Slippery Rock, Abdul King. Antonio Butler will have a seat.
Slippery Rock is looking to conquer the streak here this evening. They have lost 25 straight road games to the IUP Crimson Hawks. And here's a wide open look for Brandon Murphy. Give the assist to Devontae, and he's now tied for second all time.
That's 8 assists for Chance tonight.
There's a shot that's no good. Crimson Hawks look to run lead pass. Devontae controls it, but it's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay in favor of the Crimson Hawks. So we'll step out for our under 12 media timeout. Come back and recap the IUP women's effort against the Slippery Rock women. We return right here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network.
Students in communications media at Indiana University of Pennsylvania can focus on a variety of areas, including media promotions. Our promotion students learn their skills by working in a hands-on environment, gaining real-world experience. They learn how to use media to promote, produce, and manage events, and how media organizations operate. They create promotional campaigns and help clients pitch their services, products, and events. With excellent classes led by experienced teachers, the Communications Media Department at IUP is perfect for students interested in media promotion.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Welcome back into the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Josh Hill, Eric Cormos, David Lind joining you here in the booth. There's Dr. Driscoll, there's Norm, and quite a squad up there in the box there, Eric. How about that? But looking at this IUP women's basketball game earlier tonight, Crimson Hawks victorious over Slippery Rock 86-77 your final. A couple of 20-point games for IUP as Ashley Stoner and Lindsay Stamp each surpassed the 20-point mark in that effort. Crimson Hawks led at halftime 46-34 and really lit it up here at the end of the second half. But it was good for Slippery Rock to come back, tied at the 8-minute mark, 62-all. And Amy Fairman leaving the game with an ankle injury. She had that boot on. She did not return after leaving the game very early. Jeanne Brooks had 12 points in 26 minutes off the bench, so we talked about how important the bench play would be, and Jeanne Brooks certainly providing that spark for the IUP women, who now move to 22-2 on the year, 18-2 in conference. Slippery Rock 10-14, 6-14 in the PSAC. So for Slippery Rock, as far as the women are concerned, it's on to Clarion. For IUP, it's on to UPJ on Saturday.
A good win for IUP at home, a little scrappier than maybe they thought it was going to be, but you talked about it, Josh. Lindsay Stamp ended up with 26 points, and Stoner had a very nice job as well. Another solid effort for her with 21 points from 10 to 15 on the field. So nice efficient night for Stoner.
Really efficient there, and there's a basket and foul for Slippery Rocks, Frank Holloway. So good to see Frank Holloway getting into the action. As we said, very quiet. He's got a couple of baskets here in the second half as Slippery Rock continues to crawl back into it. And Eric, the laptop is almost dead here, so we might be without some statistics for a little bit, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess, in the broadcasting world. Slippery Rock has risen their shooting percentage to 31% as a team, now just under 32.
Holloway with a nice game. He's got 5 points, only 2 of 9 from the field, but he does have 6 rebounds. But able to convert, and now the lead is back down to 10 for IUP.
Only one player in double figures for the Rock, and that's this man right here, Malcolm Richardson. He takes it back, alley-oop attempt, and there's a shot by Butler, but the follow is good by Eric Raleigh. And the big guy runs the floor pretty well there for Slippery Rock, and he's the beneficiary of an easy lay-in.
Yeah, nice effort by Raleigh, finished the play. He could have given up, but he stuck with it, came through and able to get the easy lay-in. And Slippery Rock's done a very nice job. Again, it goes back to those second chance points. That's what Slippery Rock does best.
Many times you just see guys kind of give up on the play, like you said. They'll just say, oh, I'm sure he's got it. You know, he'll finish the play. But no, Raleigh, good hustle. He gets rewarded for it. So down to 8 on the shot clock. Brandon has to kick. Jeremy Jeffers near side 3. No good. Richardson rebounds for the Rock and make that rebound number 5 on the night for Malcolm. Driving there is King. Got it back is Raleigh. He can't convert. And Sean Dyer, he leads the IUP Crimson Hawks in rebounding for a guard, and he's got another one. 3 ball on the way is good for Devontae Chance. Man, is he something special. Make it 18 on the night for Devontae.
Yep. 7 of 14 on the night, 4 of 8 from three-point range, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and as you mentioned, Josh, up to 15 points.
Driving there is Butler. Can't convert. Tip out for Holloway. That was Holloway driving with the tip. Dyer back for the Crimson Hawks. Can we get 2 in a row for Devontae? Almost, not quite. In and out. An open look, though, for the IUP Crimson Hawks, and some transition defensive struggles for Slippery Rock there.
Yeah, Chance was able to hit that shot. So put IUP up by 14. Back-to-back threes.
There's an offensive rebound, and Butler can't convert. Dyer gets it back. Crimson Hawks look to push the pace. Chance in the middle. Shovels. Jeremy Jeffers. 3 ball on the way. No good. Rebounded by the Rock. Here they come.
That was a big shot, that last 3 that Chance made, because IUP really kind of been struggling offensively, and that switched the momentum over. Slippery Rock now down by 11 all of a sudden.
And here's Butler pulling up from the corner, and he can't convert. Slippery Rock not really crashing the glass too hard there. Nice pass in transition. Jeffers blocking foul, so he'll go to the line as we hit the 8:52 mark of our telecast here this evening. Well, thank everybody for joining us here on BacklightTV.com. As you see on your scoreboard there, 5th team foul for the Rock.
And Holloway again trying to get himself in a position defensively where he could take the charge, but just a step slow. Instead gets charged with, gets the foul call on him as a block, and that sends Jeffers to the line, where Jeffers tonight is 2 of 2 for 7 points from the free throw line. Make that 3 of 3 mark 8 points as Holloway's going to take a seat. And Holloway really struggling tonight offensively, 2 of 11 from the field, and with 3 personal fouls. So certainly not the night that he had envisioned.
And we've got all sorts of substitutions here. Desmond Nicholson. I see Shaquille Pratt coming in, along with Jordan Grady in. Tevin Hanner set to check in for Jeffers. Bede is in, Yard is in, and Hanner will come in for Jeremy.
And Jeffers takes a seat with 9 points. Hanner's come in earlier. He played a nice alley-oop feed. He took from Chance, got the dunk. So a nice athletic player that Coach Lombardi can bring off the bench for that second unit.
Yeah, so far 11 minutes for Tevin Hanner coming off the bench. The ultimate spark plug is what we like to call him here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Remember what he did against Gann, and one of the highlight reels of highlight reels for Tevin. And here's a 3 ball coming. That's around and down there. Getting the friendly roll is Antonio Butler.
They actually rolled that a 2.
And they rolled out a 2-pointer, okay.
His foot was on the line.
And another case of good defense, but the offensive player just making the shot, and they'll pick up a foul call. I believe that one's going to go against Manny Yard. He was battling. Yeah, he was battling with Butler. So turnover for the IUP Crimson Hawks. They can make that number 5 on the evening for the Hawks. Crimson Hawks now shooting below 50 at 45%. Slippery Rock has risen their shooting percentage slightly, and they're now over the 30%.
They're still struggling 9 of 26 in the second half for Slippery Rock, so they need to get going.
And you can make it 10 of 27 now with Antonio Butler. 13 points for him here this evening, leading the way for the Rock.
And Slippery Rock's hanging around. They're hanging around, just under 8 minutes to go. And they've really done a nice job. IUP shooting only 7 of 19 here in the second half. So Slippery Rock did a nice job clamping down defensively.
Bede with a nice drive baseline, and he can't convert. Tevin tries to save it, but it's going Slippery Rock's direction. And we will step out here with a stoppage of play at the Kowalczyk Center. Crimson Hawks and Slippery Rock squaring off. We'll be right back on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network.
It's hard to explain. It just became home. There are hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes and faculty that really get to know you. Amazing internships and everywhere, programs that help to find a job that is right for you. It's what IUP is about, a commitment to your success. See it for yourself. Visit us, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
Think of the NCAA as a marching band. We wouldn't stop with halftime. We'd be full-time, celebrating student athletes in everything they do. Okay, so don't think of us as a marching band. Think of us as a spirit squad. Well, just know we're always there for student athletes.
Welcome back into the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Josh Hill, Eric Hormos, David Lynn joining you here in the booth. We are your television home for IUP Athletics. We'd also like to thank our director, Najee Poles, and the rest of our student crew here this evening for their help with this doubleheader between IUP and Slippery Rock. As we said earlier, the IUP women come away with a victory in a very back and forth competitive game with the Slippery Rock women, and it's been much of the same here tonight. Crimson Hawks up by 9, and anytime you think IUP is going to take control of this game, Slippery Rock goes on a run and stays in it.
Yeah, Slippery Rock's done a really nice job. They've shot poorly, but yet they've stepped up defensively here in the second half. And as you mentioned, Josh, they really made a nice couple quick runs, an 8-0 run earlier in this half to get back into this basketball game. And let's see what they do here in the final 7 minutes.
Butler's double teamed and he swings it with some nice ball movement there. Butler gets it back on the around the horn. Deep three for Butler is good. How about that? And a little join with Manny Yard on the way back. Antonio Butler from downtown.
Well, Butler hits that long three. He's going to let Yard know all about it. And if you're Kevin Reynolds, you probably weren't too happy to see that shot go up with 18 on the shot clock, but you'll take it if you're going to make it.
Step back Jay, and Tevin tried to throw it off a man, but Slippery Rock counters back. Here's Nicholson for three. Oh, and the fans were wanting that one to go on the Slippery Rock side of things.
Yeah, in and out. Nicholson had it lined up really nice, just couldn't quite get it to go in. But you're right, Josh. I would have made it a 3-point basketball game.
Crimson Hawks need a good possession here. Slippery Rock needs a stop. Chance, three ball on the way. Bang! Devontae Chance. Who else would you go to when you need a big basket but IUP's senior?
Chance up to 18 points now on the evening. That's his 4th three-pointer.
And there's a travel call. Turnover number 6 on the night for the Rock. And Norfleet comes in, as does Malcolm Richardson. Jeremy Jeffers also runs on late. So Yard and Hanner take a seat, and for Slippery Rock, Desmond Nicholson will sit down.
Nicholson with the turnover on that possession, dragged his pivot foot when he came to a stop and picked up that dribble. The trail official nailed him for the travel.
Swing pass out to Brandon Norfleet all the way. Dishes off, back out. Devontae shot fake. Good defense by Slippery Rock there, and Alan Giles is right in his face.
Yeah, nice close defensively by Giles.
Giles can't stay with Devontae. There as he lays in it with the left hand. It's so hard to defend Devontae Chance. And we've got a Slippery Rock timeout.
And that's what makes Chance so valuable. He's able to use that left hand. He can use both hands to get to the basket. Giles did a nice job defensively on the closeout, but Chance was able to take advantage of his quickness right here, get around the left side and lay it up and in. And Pratt offered little resistance at the rim. But nice job by Chance, forcing Kevin Reynolds to take another timeout. And that Slippery Rock lead, or excuse me, IUP lead balloons a little bit back up to 11. But this is kind of where Slippery Rock has been all night. They chop it in, maybe down about 5 or 6 points at deficit, and then IUP goes on a quick run and goes in. And really, they haven't had an answer for Devontae Chance. He's 8 of 16 from the field, 20 points, 7 assists, and when IUP has needed a basket tonight, that's who's been able to deliver.
Yeah, that was great closeout by Alan Giles. You have to respect the outside shooting ability of Devontae Chance. Has 4 threes tonight, and you try to do that, and he'll blow right by you with his ball handling ability. So tough to guard him one-on-one, and a little bit of miscommunication. Slippery Rock not really helping out Devontae all the way. And as you said, back up to 11. So Slippery Rock needs to kind of get it together here on the offensive end. They've not shot the ball well all game long, but they're still in it. There's a contested three that's no good by Antonio Butler, and he's kind of beginning to take it, the I'll take it myself mentality.
Yeah, that's not a good shot. When you're good, right now Butler is 6 of 15 from the field, but you have plenty of time left in the shot clock. No need to take a contested jumper from 3-point range with 2 guys' hands in your face.
Devontae, shot fake, tried to get the underhand floater, but he can't convert. Richardson running back. It's 3-on-3. Butler driving baseline, got it knifed away by Brandon Norfleet. Nice work by IUP's junior.
Nice quick hands by Norfleet, but again, Butler out of control going to the basket.
There's a pass that pinballs around, and Slippery Rock will take it back. 2-on-2. Back the other way. Butler, foul line, Jay's no good. Nice board by Antonio Butler, and that is good. And that was Richardson who shot the foul line, Jay. Butler with the rebound, and Butler converts the baskets.
Well, it's pretty apparent if the basketball ends up in the hands of Butler, he's not passing. He's going to shoot the basketball. That's his 16th attempt on the night. Going back to the line now with 18 points for Butler. So very nice night offensively for him. The only other Slippery Rock player in double figures is Malcolm Richardson with 11. So not a very balanced scoring effort.
And you see the kind of athlete that Antonio Butler is, getting that rebound. He really had to jump and use his body position well to get that there. And there's a battle on the missed foul shots, and Sean Dyer was mixing it up there with Shaquille Pratt, who has really been quiet compared to what he did last time against IUP. Shaquille in with 2 points right now. It's a far cry from 26 and 15, Eric.
Yeah, but he's done a nice job. You can see right there, he's still scrapping. Goes, beats Dyer to the loose ball off the free throw, and if you're IUP, you can't give up free throws like that.
And there's a foul that Coach Kevin Reynolds doesn't agree with on the far side there, but IUP gets it back.
His argument is the trail official should be making that call on the sideline. That's his responsibility. The lead official covers the baseline there, so he has a point, but if the official saw it, doesn't matter which one gets it. If he's out of bounds, he's out of bounds.
That'll be the 15th foul on the Rock here. (58-49) is your score here. DeNorfleet with a step back play, and that's good. Shaquille Pratt has just been victimized. Feel bad for the sophomore there, but he's really just been the beneficiary of some great offensive play from IUP.
Yeah, it hasn't been his night, but that three-pointer bumps the lead back up to 11. Slippery Rock cannot cut into this deficit.
Driving and shooting that one off the side of the rim there was King. Chance works it back for IUP.
A nice decision by Chance. Pulls it out. Coach Lombardi yelling him, set it up, set it up, set it up. Nice job, run some clock. If you're smart, you can take this under 3 minutes, 10 seconds before you do get a shot. Never really start to put the pressure on Slippery Rock. Now they're going to have to be more aggressive defensively as well.
Exactly. Dyer three ball coming. Bang! How about that? Malcolm Richardson right in his face. Sean Dyer hits the three.
Calm, smooth delivery from the graduate student left-hander from West Liberty. As Slippery Rock forced to use another timeout, but that's an easy look. There's no. Slippery Rock was not contesting that wide open three. Dyer makes him pay. Now you're up by 14, but a smooth, you see that right there, smooth shot by Dyer. And you can see why he was such a highly coveted player after graduating last year from West Liberty State. Of course, leading that team deep into the NCAA tournament a season ago, and a very nice addition on a one-year deal, essentially, here at IUP.
So timeout on the floor here, and we'll take a look at what's coming up in the PSAC on Saturday. Here as these two teams get set to wind this game down. Some upcoming games in the conference. Saturday, February 21st, this is the date you have Westchester traveling to Cheney. All these games are at 3 o'clock. Indiana playing Pitt Johnstown, East Stroudsburg, Mansfield, Bloomsburg, Millersville. Mercyhurst travels to Seton Hill. Shippensburg and Lockhaven will tip off at 4 o'clock. Gannon in California, a big game in the PSAC West. That takes place at 5 o'clock for the Slippery Rock men. Sunday, Slippery Rock will go to Clarion. So that game on Sunday, February 22nd, they'll play Clarion at 3 o'clock. So all the games in the PSAC Saturday with the exception of Slippery Rock, who's in action again on Sunday.
Yeah, a rare Sunday tilt in the PSAC. You don't see that very often.
And then Clarion will meander their way on over to the Kowalczyk complex on Wednesday after that game against Slippery Rock to take on the IUP Crimson Hawks. So we're down to the 3:05 mark here in the second half. And Eric, keep in mind who you think the player of the game is going to be, because that is something still coming. Player of the game for tonight. The women's game, it was Lindsay Stamp after that tremendous first half she had. And we have our final media timeout of the evening with IUP asserting their dominance. 63-49 is your score. We'll be back right here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Runners on your mark.
You roll out at the dawning of the day. Heart racing as we make your little getaway. But there's always scars when you fall. We lose our way, we get back up again. It's never too late to get back up again. And one day you won't shine again. You may be knocked down, but not out forever. Lose our way, we get back up again. It's never too late to get back up again. And one day.
Welcome back into the Crimson Hawks Sports Network here, your television home for IUP Athletics. Of course, all season long, if you want to chime in on Twitter, we urge you to do so using the hashtag IUPMBB. It's rivalry night here at the Kowalczyk Center. Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, David Lind. We'd also like to say hello to the IUP Pep Band. Eric, who is here tonight, helping get the crowd fired up, and they always do a nice job. One of the better pep bands in the area for sure.
Yeah, nice to have them here. Usually have a high school band. Nice to see the IUP band coming in.
So Butler will head to the line once again. He's in with 18 points for Slippery Rock. He's keeping this team in the game.
And they've struggled to put the ball in the basket. Offensively, Slippery Rock has all night. Terrible shooting night for them. But this has kind of been the theme of their season. They're a 500 team on the road. This loss tonight will drop them to under 500 on the road at 5-6 for Slippery Rock. Something that they need to look to improve.
Yeah, and as we head into PSAC tournament time, you kind of look at some teams who you think can maybe have an impact in the PSAC tournament. Slippery Rock has been a team that has kind of been in that 4th spot pretty much the majority of the year. They've kind of flown under the radar because teams like IUP, there was a time where IUP only had 2 losses and no other team was even close in terms of losses to IUP. But like we said in the pregame, what a difference a week makes. 2 straight losses. Gannon and Mercyhurst leapfrog the IUP Crimson Hawks. Slippery Rock still at 4 though, but they've been underrated. They can certainly pose some problems here. Look at that pass there by Chance, and IUP breaks that full court press, and they're going to slow it down a little bit. No hurry for the Crimson Hawks. Look at them space the floor here.
No, none at all. It's really an easy play when you think about it. You have 15 seconds left on the shot clock now. 2.5 minutes before you have to shoot the basketball. So smart move, run some clock. It's a 4-possession game at the moment. See if IUP can extend it to a 5-possession game.
Devontae takes it himself. Floater is no good. Tip out is controlled, and that is, you look at this Slippery Rock bench here, as we look on the far side, they were just dejected at that one. A little frustrated, a little upset for sure. They certainly needed that rebound. They couldn't corral it though.
That's been Slippery Rock's trademark all season. Best team in NCAA basketball, regardless of division, in terms of rebounding. But IUP has done a very nice job. Certainly held their own on the glass on both ends of the floor.
We're now under 2 minutes to play, and there's a turnover here. Malcolm Richardson counters back. Murphy tries to sweep it, and a nice take as Malcolm Richardson elevates and scores. But Slippery Rock didn't really get back on defense. IUP probably could have pushed it, but they decided instead to burn some clock here. And as we approach the 1:30 mark, we get a foul call to Alan Giles. Again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in here this evening. I know some Slippery Rock fans watching as well. I'd like to say hello to them. Hope you're enjoying the live stream here this evening. Not a good score if you're a Slippery Rock fan. Here's the Crimson Hawks lead by 10. IUP has led the majority of this game, and they've really done it on the defensive side of the basketball as well.
Yeah, Slippery Rock down by 10 here, so let's see if they start fouling. They still have a foul to give. And that would be the 6th team foul. They'll call a hold.
They'll get Pratt on that one, and getting set to come in is Frank Holloway. So we are at the 1:33 mark of our broadcast here this evening. I'd like to thank Najee Poles for his work directing. Of course, everybody working hard for the women's game and the men's game. Quite an evening of basketball.
Now we'll see if IUP can hit their foul shots the rest of the way with a minute and a half left. You know, Slippery Rock is going to start to foul when IUP gets the basketball. And look for Slippery Rock to push. When they do get the basketball, either quick 2, and if you're IUP, protect that 3-point line, take that away from Slippery Rock offensively.
Tevin Hanner misses the second. Three ball coming from Slippery Rock is no good. The rebound is controlled there, and that's a 3 ball is good there for Malcolm Richardson. They get the offensive rebound. That was Pratt who got it, and they get it around. 3 ball is up and down as we approach the 1-minute mark. You'll hear the sultry tones of Bill Otto announce it.
And now Slippery Rock does elect to foul. Just under a minute left to go. That'll be their 8th team foul, sending Chance to the line. An 8-point game.
And Devontae Chance has an opportunity to increase that. Look at Coach Reynolds. One of the most fiery guys you'll see in college basketball. And Devontae 81% on the line here this evening. And he misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Down under the 1-minute mark here in the second half of play. Quick 3 ball for Slippery Rock is no good. And a foul call there as Holloway missed the shot, commits the foul. That'll be Frank's 4th.
And if you're IUP, you'll take that all game long, letting that type of shot come up from Frank Holloway outside like that. He's not a 3-point shooter. So you have to be pretty happy with that. But you look at Slippery Rock, Antonio Butler, 20 points, Richardson, 16 points. Then after that, there really hasn't been a lot of scoring. And it's hard to win when you can only rely on 2 guys, especially both of their nights have not been very efficient, low field goal percentage to get to those points. But IUP, again, missing another front end of a 1-and-1, keeping Slippery Rock alive.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Slippery Rock hanging on by a thread here. And Devontae counters back to get a foul call, so it looks like things starting to kind of wrap their way up rather. And as that happens, IUP heads to the line. They will be shooting 2, so they won't have to worry about missing the front end anymore. Shooting 2. And Eric, who do you have as your player of the game here this evening as we wrap things up?
There's certainly a couple worthy candidates. I'm going to go with Devontae Chance, 8 of 18 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3-point range. He has 7 assists, 5 rebounds, make that 21 points now. After this free throw, he can connect here on the second one. That'll give him a total of 22 points. But I think you'd have to go with Chance as he misses the back end of the 1-and-1, but he'd be my player of the game.
Yeah, and for Slippery Rock, it's that man right there, Antonio Butler, who's going to go to the line with that foul call. And Antonio Butler has surpassed the 20-point mark. Hanner picks up the foul. Butler now with 22.
And if you're Hanner, you have to recognize game situation. You're up at that point by 9 points.
Yeah.
Let him take it to the basket. Let him lay it in. That's fine. Don't bump him on the way and give him an opportunity to pick up another point and cut it more into that basketball lead, or into that lead, which if he converts on this free throw, which he does, now all of a sudden it's back to a 2-possession game.
Yeah, make a tough shot, because there were some defenders in there. He would have had to contort his body kind of and just kind of let him go to work there. And they pick up the foul. Coach Kevin Reynolds wanted a foul call earlier. As time ticks away, he's trying to save every second he can. It's 6 points is the deficit for the Rock, but IUP heading to the line here.
Correction, that's 5 on that.
And if you're Slippery Rock, you had what you wanted. You had Chance in the corner, double team. He had picked up his dribble, and he really got bailed out by the back official, the center official, to send him down to the line. That's 5 fouls. So he will have to come out of the basketball game.
So this is almost like kind of a hybrid timeout, as Slippery Rock obviously has to send somebody else into the game, and so IUP will huddle up.
There seems to be some confusion at the scores table if that is a 5th foul or not.
Yeah, they're trying to get it all sorted out.
So how that works is once the foul is reported and the player is notified that he has 5 fouls and the coach is notified that the player has 5 fouls, the team then gets 30 seconds to make a substitution. So it's can't say for sure what they're looking at right now, but that would appear to be it. There was some confusion if that was a 4th or a 5th foul.
And they're playing the waiting game here. Nate Lehigh behind these hijinks at the Kowalczyk Center. What a dog. What a dog he is. Playing the waiting game at the Kowalczyk Center. They're going to set back over to the benches and huddle up. The IUP student section doing a nice job. They brought out their foam fingers tonight, Eric. The student section did. Some foam fingers I see, but many fans beginning to gather up their coats and head into the chilly Indiana air here as they feel this one is just about over 59 to 65. Still possible for Slippery Rock, but IUP focusing on making these foul shots.
Chance back at the line. You mentioned it earlier, 81% on the year. Missed the front end of a one-on-one earlier. Here shooting 2.
And Slippery Rock has brought a fan that's trying to harass the IUP Crimson Hawks. Just some gamesmanship by both teams. An interesting dynamic there. Approaching the 25-second mark, they'll try to roll it and save some time, the Rock will, and Butler picks it up. Butler, quick shot, no good. Battle for the loose ball is controlled. Cottrell to Norfleet, and they're going to foul him. Yes, they will. Oh, taking Norfleet out there was Abdul King. Kind of took Norfleet out there at the legs. As I think Norfleet was just in kind of a bad position as he was reaching down for that basketball.
Well, also, he dribbled the ball back towards his own basket. You don't want to do that, but King came in just trying to make a play on the basketball. Unfortunately, took out Norfleet's legs, which makes you worry because of the history he has with the ankle problems over the last week or so. But again, you can see on the replay here, Butler coming in. He's going to shoot that basketball. Cottrell able to hold down that rebound. We haven't seen much of Daddy Ubede here in the last 8 to 10 minutes of the game. It's been pretty much all Devin Cottrell down the stretch.
And King did actually foul out there. He must not have fouled out before, as the had said. So King came back in, and then he did pick up his 5th foul. So King is done here tonight. Norfleet at the line makes it 68 to 59.
Now, Norfleet can convert on this free throw. That'll make it a 10-point game, which will turn into a 4-possession game as well. Now you can see IUP is going to apply a little bit of front court pressure, just basically to make sure that Slippery Rock picks up the basketball as soon as possible. It's going to be a pretty soft press, but they don't want Slippery Rock to be able to roll the basketball up 3/4 of the court again.
Yeah, they don't want Slippery Rock to kill some time. Driving in is Richardson all the way, and that shot is partially blocked, I believe, by Hanner. He gets it back. Nice acrobatic move, can't convert. Rebound, Raleigh can't convert. Rebound, and a foul call with 6 to go. That's Tevin Hanner's 3rd foul here this evening. And another late game scenario. Tevin's just got to reel it back a little bit and let Slippery Rock kill a little bit of time there.
Yeah, the basket's not going to hurt you. Go ahead and let him lay it in. Get the ball back, but that foul is called on the floor. So Richardson has the 1-on-1, hits the front end of the bonus, but cutting into that lead, still a 9-point lead for IUP, excuse me.
So we're down to the final 6. We'll see how Slippery Rock elects to play it. I think they're going to call off the dogs here this evening. Crimson Hawks are victorious here tonight at the Kowalczyk Center. Devontae Chance, our player of the game. IUP wins their 21st game of the year, 69-61. We'll see you back here 1 week from today, IUP and Clary, and that'll do it here on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. For Josh Hill, Eric Kormos, David Lind, Lacey Fulton, Najee Poles, and the rest of our student crew. We'll see you back here Wednesday night. IUP, Clary coming your way. Final game of the regular season on the Crimson Hawks Sports Network. Good night, everybody.